Bullet journal, bullet journal, bullet journal. Hello everyone and happy Wednesday. I hope you're all doing very well. Today I wanted to talk about my bullet journaling technique. So back in July, I started bullet journaling to kind of overhaul my life. The first half of 2017 was kind of hard for me. I went through some very intense, deep things and I experienced loss, and there was just a lot of stuff that was bringing me to a dark depression. And I decided that to get myself out of that depression, I wanted to try to organize my life or reorganize my life in a way that made sure I was doing something actively despite the depression that I was feeling. Because the way I see it is, if I can continue to move forward, if I just keep moving, then eventually I will find my way out of these dark slumps that I find myself in. So I started bullet journaling, and I've changed my methods over the last 6 months, and I thought I would share that with you guys. So what I'm going to do is I am going to move the camera and just show you guys my book. So as all bullet journals tend to start with an index, I got myself a blank book and wrote my own index here. And I redid the index for this year on another page. So this is everything from July to December. And I also have these keys that I use like 3 of those. I use the tasks, the appointments, and the events. I also use the things to remember and migrated. So, and the moon phases. And that's about it. I used to use the hearts a lot more, and I only use the holidays. So, and this is kind of how I had it set up before. So I had my future log, and then like the entire year at a glance with holidays and birthdays on it. I have birthdays in pink and holidays in orange. And then all of my holidays, I have the American holidays as well as my pagan holidays. So I have Samhain and Yule and Imbolc, Ostara, Beltane. So I keep my pagan holidays and I bring these over when the month comes up. Alright, so this is how I was doing it at first. I would just have the month here and my daily tasks for each day. And then I have like my monthly task here. And then I'd follow up with like my daily posting or just kind of how I experienced the day and what I felt, and that's when I was using the hearts more. It would just be things that made me happy, so I try it every day to find something that made me happy. And then I would pull a tarot card every single day. And I'm still doing the tarot card, but I started adding like what my book says is the definition or meaning of each card. You can see later on the tarot started taking up more space and I started adding a little bit more, but it's still essentially the same style. I've also got sections for books that I've never read and plan to, and I will write the dates and my ratings of them. So you see here that Camilla is 5 stars. I recently read a book called A Rush of Wings, which I gave 4 stars. So I'll be doing that over the next year or so as I'm trying to work my way through this. I also have a page here for my passwords and access info to things. So obviously I'm not going to show you what those are, but it has helped me out so much to have them here because I have passwords for everything and I change them up a lot and it can get a little confusing. So having this page here is my salvation. I was also in November keeping track of my writing goals for NaNoWriMo and keeping track of my word counts for the end of the year. And as you can see, I didn't do great in December. I kind of just didn't write much at all. I played a lot of Sims and took a lot of time to just kind of breathe. And I also came up with some fun new ideas that I was working on that in the plotting stages I didn't count. So I've also got a page to keep track of how much money is coming into my account and how much goes out on a monthly basis. I've also got like my account information, and I was trying daily accounting, but I've switched to an app for that. So this page is currently defunct or whatever the word is. I have like my account information and just all kinds of things that also are included useful a page to me for writing ideas and video ideas. So I've got ideas for videos that I want to do for YouTube, and then some ideas for just some stories that I've been working on. So there is this short story I wrote called The Last Chapter or The Final Chapter, and I'm considering expanding it into a kids series for children, for a kids book series. There's also a few nonfiction things that I've been working on. There's an essay I would like to write about a topic that's important to me, and just some other ideas. And as I get ideas, I will add them to here. I also have a place in my computer where I save ideas. So not all of the ones that are written there have gone into the book. And then I started 2018, and I kind of just made it pretty. I had been doing in 2017, everything was pretty straightforward and not as decorated as I would have liked. I was just trying to get my footing and understand it. But I decided that this year I wanted to add some color and some excitement and some power to my life. And so I have like the earth, symbol of earth, symbol of air, symbol of fire, symbol of water. I also have my personal bind rune that I created to represent myself. And I have like an image of something that's super important to me, aka love. And just symbols that represent each of the elements within the numbers, because I want my year to be well-rounded and healthy and with any of the new index of the year, it's basically the same as the old one. But I've started adding positive affirmations to every page. So on here it has, I am full of positive, loving energy. And so that is the energy that I want to follow me all the time. And then I have a different type of yearly calendar. It's a calendex, so all the lines represent Mondays, and all the dots represent different activities and different things that are due, and just regular things that I would like to keep track of. And so you can see there's like the key for what colors things are, and then this is also connected to the future log, which says like what's coming up, and these are also color coded differently than what is over here. So if I have certain colors in January, then any colors that I use for the future log in January should be different, just so that they stand out, or at the very least not on the same day. And I have here, I see abundance everywhere. And then beside my future logs, I have my 2018 goals. So I boldly go after what I want in life here, and then I fully approve of who I am, even as I get better here. And I have just all of my goals for each quarter. So these are my goals for this quarter, this quarter, this quarter, this quarter. I have some personal goals in here, and yeah, I am well on my way to achieving them. I'm very happy about the way my year is going so far. I also have a few trackers here just to kind of keep an eye on myself and my mood. Here for the period tracker, I have a long quote instead of an affirmation, because that is a time when I feel like a quote is good. So it says, "A woman in harmony with her spirit is like a river flowing. She goes where she will without pretense, and arrives at her destination prepared to be herself, and only herself." I just love that quote. I think it's a wonderful quote, and it's a time when I need a little extra power, so that's what I gave myself. On my mood tracker, it just says I am strong in mind and body. And I have like just different ways to understand my mood. I haven't really been keeping up with it for the last couple of days, but I can go back because I do write other indicators of my mood. So here I have my savings page. It also has it's just my goals for saving. So I have how much I need to pay in student loans, how much the interest is, and so I have exactly what I need to pay off for that. And then I have a few different charts here for different things that I'm saving for. So I have about 5 charts down here, and I don't want to show them at the moment, but there are a few different things that I will be having some savings accounts for, to keep track of this year and to reach my goals. A few of them include business expenses like registering an LLC and paying for my book cover and editing and formatting and all that sweet jazz. And then I have a savings for travel and one for health, one for emergencies, things like that. I don't want to show you guys like the exact numbers, but that's what I'm saving for. I would like to buy a home someday and be able to travel the world. So those are some of my most important savings, the first goal of which is to pay off my debts. And I have at the bottom, my life is full of prosperity. And then I have my word tracker. So this one is for the whole year, okay? And I have just one for every month of the year. I don't have to write every day. I wrote here, it's okay not to write every day. I trust myself. So that's just a reminder that if I don't exactly reach my daily writing goals, or I don't write on a particular day, then I don't have to be mad at myself. There's no reason to beat myself up about it. It's just a day. And as long as I continue to write more days than I'm not writing, then I'm okay and I have no reason to be upset. It's just a reminder to not stress myself out. So finally, we get to the monthly spread. So I have January here. I don't know if you can tell, but it is in blue and pink. I just thought those were good colors for January, and I've decided that my color scheme is going to work in a certain way, and this is a perfect start. So I'm doing it essentially the same as before, except that this time, instead of just having the month on a line, I made it prettier. I did it in like a chart form. Now I have a little bit more room as well to add the things that I need to add. I can see my entire month on one spread with no issues. I have here, I am overflowing with gratitude. So I have every day of the week and an extra space for anything I might need to add. I have things for my goals. As you can see, most things are already checked off because this month is almost over. But these are just like the daily things. So I changed my daily entry because before I was doing it where I was writing just kind of the end of the day, how I felt, and things that made me happy, as you saw, and things like that. But it was never really, it didn't excite me. It didn't make me feel like I was doing any better in my life or improving anything. So I moved on to changing the way I do these things. So I made daily boxes for every day of the month. There. And for the beginning of the month, I added my monthly to-do list, my monthly task, which I think next month I'm just going to call monthly goals because it's less task and more things that I am aspiring to either get done or see done or whatever. I'd rather say goals than tasks. But I have here, I choose to be happy. So that is the energy that I've chosen for the month of January. Happiness. I choose to be happy. And for every day, I have my activities for the day, my tasks, and I have the card that I pulled, and I've also added a section called What's New, where every day I look at my life and try to see what's new in my life today, because it reminds me that I have a prosperous life and that there are more good things coming to me every day, and that the more I am aware of what I already have, the more will come to me, as opposed to spending my energy focusing on what I don't have and what I haven't achieved. I would rather focus on what I have and what I've created. So as you can see, most of my monthly tasks are complete. And on pretty much every day, I've done almost all of the tasks. I have made it so that my first tasks of the day are super easy. So you see on January 5th, my day was to give thanks for the day. So it's the first thing I did when I woke up. And then I drink water and I plank and I pull a card. My daily routine, I've made it so that this is my morning routine. So that every day I do something that spiritually grounds me. Like I take a deep breath, I give thanks, I show my partner that I love him, I feel grateful, things like that to ground me and give me a good energetic start to my day. And then my next thing to do is always to drink water. It starts me up, it gets my engine going, it makes me want to eat, it makes me want to move, it makes me feel alive, and I'm able to breathe and talk. And then at some point in the day, I have to do planks or squats or some sort of physical exercise. This month I focused on planks. Next month I think I'll put a little bit more focus on squats than I did this month. And I also think I might add in some jump rope or something to give myself a little more cardio. But every day I have to have some kind of exercise. I have on my monthly task a minimum of 3 times a week, but I've definitely been doing it pretty much every day consistently. Another thing that I have to do every day is pull my card of the day. I pull it at the beginning of the day so that it can tell me kind of the energy that I need to focus on for that day. And then I just add other things that I need to do. Like if it's a day when I have a blog coming up, then I will write a blog. Or if there's an event, I'll attend that event or meet my partner somewhere. Or if I have to record or edit a video or plan some lessons. These are all sorts of things that I do to keep my day in order and to make sure that I don't forget anything. I do these the night before. I set these up the night before so that I can try to make sure I get everything done, and so that I start off my morning energetically balanced and knowing that I have accomplished something on my to-do list already. Like as soon as I wake up, I have things to accomplish. The more I accomplish, the more I can accomplish. Again, every day I have these affirmations. I will always love and appreciate my partner. I have vibrant health. Just love. I am confident that I can achieve anything. I create the life I envision. I radiate beauty, charm, and grace. No glory awaits baubles. That's one I actually heard yesterday before I recorded this from a friend of mine on Facebook. She said it and I was like, that is going in my notebook. I've also got a fitness tracker. So it tracks basically just how much water I've been drinking in bottles. So I have this blue bottle, and essentially I just draw the bottle. Like this is how many bottles of water I have had in a day. On average, I get about 2. I just it's to keep track of how much I am hydrating myself and making sure that I'm healthy in that way. My bottles are huge, so I know it's more than just a few. It's at least 3 or 4 cups of water in a bottle, so I am confident that I am well hydrated. I also, like I said, have to do squats or planks every day, and so I keep track of those here. Squats, planks, or other, and I have at the top that I am thankful for my many successes. And then we have February. So February hasn't begun yet, or it will have begun by the time this video is up. But I've just begun setting up February, so I don't even have any dailies. So there you have it. That is a tour of my bullet journal. I just wanted to share with you guys some of the things that I am doing to keep myself organized. On top of my bullet journal, I am using a number of apps. I am using the Mint app for budgeting, and I use a couple of plugins to block Facebook and Twitter and these other websites so that I can be productive and make sure that I get everything that I need done before I take my time to play. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this little tour. I will see you again next week. If you like this video, please hit the button below and subscribe so that you can catch all of my videos every single week. And if you're looking for something to read in the meantime, check out my links below. Sign up for my newsletter in which you'll get new fiction every single month, and follow my blog so that you can get witchy posts every other week. Thank you again so much. Have a beautiful day, and remember always that I love you. Bye.